I'm Gerard Merrick with Astellas Pharma Global Development, and I'd like to thank PPMD for this opportunity for us to provide an update on ASP0367 development program. For disclosure, I'd like to mention first that ASP0367, a small molecule previously known as MA0211, was developed by MitoBridge, which was acquired by Astellas in 2017. And ASP0367 is an investigational drug that's not available for use outside of clinical investigations. The safety and efficacy of this compound has not been established. There also is no guarantee that this compound will receive regulatory approval or become commercially available for uses being investigated. And this compound is not authorized for sale in any jurisdiction. In terms of the overview of the talk today, first I'm going to say a little bit about mitochondria, which are important parts of muscle cells. And mitochondria essentially make the energy that your cells need to survive. Also talk then a little bit about ASP0367 as an oral investigational drug. This compound may act inside the muscle cells to increase the mitochondria's ability to make energy for the cells. And most of the talk will be presenting the phase 1B clinical trial that will be opening soon at sites in the United States. First, I'll say a few words about Astellas. Our corporate vision is to turn innovative science into value for patients. And Astellas was formed in 2005. It was a merger between two longstanding Japanese pharmaceutical companies, Yamanouchi and Fujisawa, and is headquartered in Tokyo, Japan, with locations worldwide. At the top, the picture shows our development offices in North America in the Chicagoland area. And we are looking at a growing expertise in emerging areas of discovery research, such as regenerative medicines, muscle disease, and neuroscience. And there's been a conscious company shift to a focus area approach. We take a science-first approach, focusing on the best science, and then empowering the best talent to go after it and develop it at the best locations. The broad pipeline is primarily, though, focused in oncology, urology, nephrology, and immunology, where there have been high unmet needs. And in terms of the numbers, mention that there's over 16,000 employees worldwide, with over 2,000 working in medical and development. And Astellas also takes about 16% of its revenue and reinvest in research and development. And then going to a discussion of mitochondria again. The figures at the top first show a muscle cell in terms of a cross section, cutting through it. And then you see on the right side is actually a blown up picture of mitochondria, where you use electron microscope because it's so small to look at. Mitochondria are all small parts of the cells that have a very specific job. Essentially, mitochondria are like the power plants for the cells. Mitochondria turn the food you eat into the energy that cells need both to survive and actually perform work. There are special pathways that regulate how active the mitochondria are. They regulate how the mitochondria use sugars and fatty acids, and how many there are. Okay. Also, as I'm sure most of you are aware of, dystrophin is a protein that's inside your muscles that works with other proteins to keep your muscles strong and to protect them from injury. When your muscle cells don't have enough dystrophin, your muscles get damaged by calcium leaking inside them. And then this, by that fact, weakens the mitochondria. Damaged mitochondria can't use fatty acids properly. When this happens, your muscles get tired easily, and they can't repair injuries from them being used, and the muscles get sore. So ASP0367 is being investigated to determine whether it can turn on the PPAR delta pathway. This PPAR delta pathway regulates mitochondria by turning different genes on in the cell. And when the genes in the pathway is on, the mitochondria use more fatty acids more often, more efficiently, and more mitochondria are made. Using more fatty acids for energy results in increased or more efficient energy production. Now I'm going to be talking about the upcoming phase 1b study to assess the safety, tolerability, and preliminary efficacy of ASP0367, or otherwise previously known as MA0211, in pediatric male participants with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And if you look on the clinicaltrials.gov site, the identifier for this study is NCT 041-84882. The phase 1b study is a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial that will be lasting 3 months. There is then a 3-month open label period, which means that all subjects, including those that were on placebo in the first half, the first part of the study, the double-blind part, all subjects can receive ASP0367 for that second part, the open label part. The primary purpose of this study is to evaluate the safety and tolerability of this compound. The study will also evaluate how the body processes ASP0367 and also how this compound affects muscle function, specifically with the arm cycling test. The trial sites will be opening up in the United States as soon as we finish an amendment that's going through to make the research essentially COVID-19 friendly, so to speak. To find a participating site near you, visit www.clinicaltrials.gov and search NCT 041-84882. And the schema here shows you what the actual design of the study is. There's an initial 4-week screening window, and then this is followed by a 12-month period of double-blind, placebo-controlled treatment, where about 2/3 of the subjects will be on active ASP0367. The other 1/3 of the subjects will receive a placebo, which is essentially like a sugar pill that looks essentially entirely like the active compound does, but it doesn't have any effect per se. This will involve a 3-month period, as I said. At the end of this double-blind placebo treatment period, there will be a 3-month open label period in which every subject in the study can continue on ASP0367 for an additional 12 weeks. There'll be a 4-week follow-up period after the end of this one. You notice that we have the number of visits here. I would also mention that one of the primary reasons we're doing a protocol amendment at this time is we are converting over half of the study visits from being visits at the clinical site to making them home visits. And this obviously we're doing in part because to decrease the risk of exposure to coronavirus. So who can participate in this study? The inclusion criteria involves boys that are ages 8 to 16 years old, having a diagnosis of Duchenne muscular dystrophy, taking stable dose of corticosteroids and any cardiac therapy. We are also planning on potentially opening up to patients that are not on corticosteroids and also the subjects need to have at least some trouble walking quickly, and this will be assessed by a 10-meter walk test at the screening visit. Also, subjects must be able to move their arms up at least to shoulder height. Exclusion criteria include having acute illness recently, having a serious infection, or other health problem. Also having heart problems such as the heart not being able to pump well, namely ejection fraction less than 55%, having electrical conduction problems of the heart, like a long QT interval, and also having high levels of cardiac troponin that can indicate damage to the cardiac muscle cells. Also, exclusion include having used certain types of drugs within 4 weeks of the study, having kidney or liver problems, and having currently received an investigational drug or have ever taken an exon skipping or gene therapy. And again, you can refer to clinicaltrials.gov, NCT 041-84882 for additional details. And what happens at the study visits? We'll talk a little bit about the types of tests and how they're done. We'll be looking at your general health with physical exam by your doctor at visits, also blood and urine test. We'll be looking for heart tests, specifically ECG and echocardiogram, and also some of the blood tests as well. We'll be looking at breathing tests like pulmonary function tests. That's also part of standard of care for Duchenne. We'll also be looking at how you move your body. These will involve tests in the clinic, such as the arm cycling test, performance of an upper limb, and also the 2-minute walk test. There will also be some tests at home, such as a video test, and also having an activity monitor or actigraphy. We'll also be assessing how your body uses the drug in blood and urine test, and also be looking at how you feel and think while you're on the medication, such as quality of life surveys, diaries, parent and patient interviews, digit span memory test, and others. And how can you learn more? You can visit www.clinicaltrials.gov, and you can search NCT 041-84882 for more details about the study and to see a list of locations that will be recruiting participants. Sites will be added once they're ready to accept new participants. And currently, right now, we don't have any sites listed because they're going through IRB processes, but they should be added soon. You can also email Astellas Pharma Global Development. The email address is astellas.registration@astellas.com, or you can call us at 800-888-7704. And thank you very much for listening to this presentation. And again, like to thank PPMD for the opportunity to present our development program for this compound. Thank you.